Greetings. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you could all please rise, presenting of the 26th graduating class, Doña County Sheriff's Regional Academy. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Present arms. You may take your seats. Thank you. Again, greetings, welcome. Thank you for coming. And we've got the air climate being adjusted. I think some of us are hot. But I'm Captain Jared Houston. I'm the director of the Academy and commander of the training division for the Sheriff's Department. On behalf of Doña County Board of Commissioners, County Manager Macias, Sheriff Stewart, and on behalf of our faculty, staff, and instructors, we collectively welcome you all to our 26th Academy graduation. I would like to thank our sheriff, our command staff, training division staff, and all the countless instructors who went out of their way to assist during this academy. Thank you for your expertise and your promise to further excellence in the people we recruit. Please join me in thanking those individuals and their preparation of these graduates. Doña County Sheriff's Academy is dedicated to quality, committed to supporting the communities we serve with each graduating class. We try to train, and we do train with high regard, and knowing that they have many challenges ahead. It's true that these graduates do not know what lies ahead of them, but they have been trained to expect the unexpected. They have been taught to consider the unknown dangers that lurk around each and every corner, and they're ready at a moment's notice. They're ready for and prepared long hours to deal with those in our communities who are struggling with uncertain and difficult times in their own lives. These graduates have had a stressful yet fulfilling time in the academy. They know the job of a law enforcement officer is going to be stressful, way more stressful than any portion of the academy. But these graduates have been equipped with the skills and resources needed to manage stress and well-being. As you face these uncertainties ahead, let me be the first to remind you to be resourceful and take care of your family and yourselves. Also, let me be the first to congratulate you on a job well done. Congratulations, DASL 26.
We're honored to have with us today a very special guest speaker. He's the Public Safety Advisor to the Office of the Governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, out of the State Capitol Building, Mr. Jeremy Romero.
Sorry, I'm a little short these days. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me be the first to congratulate you. You look great, and it's great to be here in Las Cruces. On behalf of Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and her executives team, I congratulate you. Today is one of those unforgettable moments because today, now you are law enforcement, members of law enforcement. There will be many, many amazing days where you'll have pride in this profession, in your work, your co-workers' work, and each other, which will lift you up. But there will also be times where you'll have bad days, days when the pain and grief temporarily pushes you down. In spite of all that, you will get up and fight through that. You'll bring each other back up. I'd like to share a personal story and add to that. In 2014, I was involved in a motor vehicle collision on duty in pursuit of 2 murder suspects in the Albuquerque area. I subsequently crashed my patrol unit, caused me to be paralyzed from the waist down. I've had over 20 surgeries since 2014, and I was in a deep, dark place for a long, long time. And 4 years ago, I was fortunate to come across Kim Stewart. We hit it off, and she showed great leadership and great inspiration, and I know a large part of where I'm at today in this position to help public safety throughout the state, and it's all in large part due to her leadership, her mentorship, and I feel that your county, your deputies, the citizens are in great hands moving forward under the leadership of Sheriff Stewart. I know you're going to do great things in this profession. God bless each and every one of you, and please stay safe. And to the family and friends that are supporting these deputies here today, I want to really, really thank you because I know your family is going to be the backbone of your good days and your bads, and I want to really, if everybody can give the family members a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Romero. So I'd like to start by thanking each and every one of you for being here today. I'd like to thank all the family and friends for supporting these fine young men while they began their new career in law enforcement. So in the last 21 weeks, they've received over 870 hours of training. It was intense. It was grueling and exhausting, but they received some of the best training taught by some of the most knowledgeable and passionate subject matter experts in our field. They had physical training, classroom instruction, simulations, practice sessions. They've learned to drive, shoot, fight. They've learned constitutional law, courtroom procedures. List goes on, not to mention traffic laws. So if you're in the car with them and you commit an infraction, you might hear about it, okay? They were pushed mentally and physically. They've been challenged to the edge of their limits and beyond over and over. Yet here they are. All this to prepare them to do the increasingly difficult job of law enforcement. This time hasn't been easy for them in the academy. We had to put very strict demands on them. But I'll say it has been a pleasure to have the opportunity to work with and participate somewhat in the training. So I bet y'all have been wondering, trying to imagine what they're talking about when they come home and told you stories. So the captain, he put together a video of just some of the activities they were privileged enough to engage in. We'll play it now for your viewing pleasure.
shaking, I'm steady, I'm indestructible. I won't let this crush me. Even when the world is breaking, I'm ready. I'm indestructible, destructible. My heart is made of fire, my body's made of steel. My hands are working harder than what you think is real. So you can do anything, anything, yeah, anything you want with me. Honestly, I dare you, come and beat me up, lock me in. You try it, I will always, always win. 'Cause I won't let this break me. Even when the ground is shaking, I'm steady, I'm indestructible. I won't let this crush me. Even when the world is breaking, I'm ready, I'm indestructible. My back is made of iron, my strength I find within, and I will never bow down, no, I don't care what you think. So you can do anything, anything, yeah, anything you want with me. Honestly, I dare you, come and beat me up, lock me in. You try it, I will always, always win. I won't let this break me.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters.
As you saw in the video, and we also have two up here, we have two outside agencies. We had two recruits that came from Deming Police Department, and we have Captain Montoya here. Captain, brief word.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say thank you to the families first, because without you guys, these guys wouldn't be here today. And congratulations to each and every one of you. It was 15 years ago that Lieutenant Gleason and I were sitting there in those seats there. And man, lots changed since then. It wasn't as great back then as I am now. But congratulations. Thank you to the Doña Sheriff's Office for allowing our cadets to come over and train with you guys. It's an honor to be able to work with you guys. This is where I was trained to be a law enforcement officer, and so I know that it's a good place. We hope to work with you guys in the future. But my advice to you guys is stay sharp. All that training that you guys did there, all that pays off every single day. It's important that you always remember these skills that you've learned in this academy. There's no room for error in this job. Anytime we make mistakes and we make it home, it's just that's just luck. So this isn't like any other job where we don't have any room to make any type of mistakes. Those mistakes cost us our lives or the lives of our brothers and sisters. And I hope that never happens to any of us here. So stay sharp, stay fit, stay good on your skills and your shooting and everything like that. And good luck. You guys have a long road ahead. It's exciting. It's the best job that there's nothing. I don't care how much you pay me for any other type of job in the world. There's nothing that I'd rather be than a police officer. It's the greatest service that you can give back to your community. And I'm excited to see all you guys grow. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As with all academies, both before and after this one, there are some cadets that go above and beyond their peers' performance, and we had a couple that did that this time. So we'd like to acknowledge their efforts. We'll first start off with our top driver, Anthony Maraz. He wasn't ready for the cameras. Next award is our top physical fitness graduate, and that's Carlos Mimbella. And we have our Top Gun, Valedictorian, and he's also our class commander, and that's Christopher Chandler. And class commander, would you like a brief word? All right.
Greetings, everybody. First, I would like to give thanks to all the family members, friends, instructors, deputies, officers, and distinguished guests for coming out and joining us, DASO 26, as we celebrate our milestone of graduating the Doña County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Academy. All of your encouragement, support, and patience was instrumental to all of our success, and for that, we are truly grateful. May 9th, 2022 marked the introductory phase for all of us where we first came together, meeting at the Academy grounds able to be with hair on our face, hair on our heads, civilian attire, and greet each other for the first time. It was then that we learned about the expectations for the academy, the expectations for our performance, the mentality and intestinal fortitude to carry us throughout the 5-month process. Excuse me, of learning the bare basics of becoming law enforcement officers. Looking back on those first days, really the first week is a little funny now because, like I said, we were able to have hair, we had beards, and we were in civilian attire. So things weren't so serious, but we were tasked with these tedious, mundane jobs of pulling weeds and cleaning up the grounds and whatever little things else that was needed to get everything set and ready for the beginning of the task. And it was like during those times, everybody would grumble, everybody would talk big, like, oh man, I can't wait for the academy to start. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Did you hear about this? What would you do? He should have done this. Yeah, well, on May 16th, all that came to a abrupt halt as our baptismal ceremony began with the quick mind and body shock of being plunged into the academy waters where those who had grumbled for all the excitement and all what they would do from the beginning was quickly changed. Change out of your cadet attire. Too slow, run back, go get your PT clothes. Don't leave your gear unattended. Too slow, change out, go over there, run to the gate, come back, what happens? Setup, it's all set up, right? Because all our gear is unattended and all the instructors were there, just waiting. They knew what they were doing. So they buried our stuff in sand, they threw our stuff high on 15-foot poles, and they scattered it all around and then gave us 5 minutes to shuffle through it, find yours, change out, too slow, do it again. Hoodwinked. Couldn't get it right. Couldn't get it right. So that was the process for a while. And soon we, the cadets, learned that we were learned that we actually weren't learning. All this time we were supposed to be working together. We were supposed to be working as a team, assisting each other, communicating, and it just wasn't coming together. We were just confused, lost, shocked, do this, do that, didn't know where to go. But thankfully, Captain had logs, he had tires that were used to reiterate the lesson and clear up any confusion. And as time went on, we began to learn. And throughout this process, we would get a little discouraged. And then we had the task of trying to figure out what our motto would be, what would set us apart from the other academies. We had our coach, Coach Villalobos, who would come out early in the morning. He would give us through a PT routine, and at the end, he usually had a good little saying at the end or a speech. And every time he said something, everybody would be like, oh man, that sounds great. We should go with that. Oh yeah, let's do that. That should be our motto. That should be our motto. And still couldn't figure it out. Everybody wanted the new motto. What was the next week gonna bring? But finally, we learned about the buffalo. And as you can see on our guide on, we selected that. And we embraced that because that story resonated with us. What we learned is that when there's a storm out on the plains and the buffaloes are out grazing, they don't shy away from the storm. They don't seek comfort in avoidance. They don't seek comfort in going away from the challenge. They headstrong and they go directly into the storm. And like a hurricane, they seek the eye, the calm, the comfort, and they go direct. So for us, that became our slogan, into the storm. And as we depicted on our guide on with the buffalo, that's where I believe we really started to come together as a team and learn the foundations of that, as it's been grilled in us in many ways by the instructors and the training staff. Though I think teamwork is paramount, there's no downplaying that. There's no avoiding that in our profession. It's highly important, but I find that to only be the foundation of what really sets law enforcement or anybody in the field of first responders apart, and that is brotherhood. You really understand brotherhood when you're really in the situation where you have to depend on that guy next to you or the lady next to you. When you go out and you know that your job is to look after them and they're to look after you, and there's no doubt, there's no question, there's no second looking, there's no second guessing, there's no hesitation. It's strong. And I try to express that a little bit to my classmates one time in a simple way, I guess. I don't know. I just told them that as much as we can ride each other and give each other a hard time and beat up on each other and make each other feel a little small at times, to hopefully kind of build you up, hit you in the gut, make you think about what you're doing, whatever it is. We're allowed to do that to each other because we're brothers. But nobody else is, because we're brothers. And when you understand it, it'll hit you. You will know. And that's all there is to it. So just remember that teamwork is paramount, but it's only the root, the foundation to what is really most important, and that's the brotherhood, in which you need to embrace in this profession and any profession alike. And so, as we come up from air from that initial plunge into the baptismal waters of the academy, we know that we will soon be re-submerged into those waters as we begin the phases with our FTOs. Here is where we will put what we learned in the controlled setting infused with stress inoculation into practice as we charge forward into the storm. With your continued encouragement, support, and patience, we will continue to prevail, and we thank you in advance for that, even though that saying it now is not enough. I'd like to thank you again, and at this time, I have somebody come up and join me so that we can present you, the instructor staff, with your gifts. Somebody come up? Anybody?
You guys got a gift for me?
Oh, yes.
After all that? Freezer. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So, Captain Houston, this may be his last academy. He was very deliberate with his deliverance of "Don't talk to me quite yet. You haven't earned the right." So, we appreciate that initiation and all your guidance, and for what you as a leader did for the instructional staff and the FTOs and everybody that came out to support to ensure that our training and what we received was second to none. So thank you, sir.
My pleasure, sir.
Next is Deputy Ibarra. So Deputy Ibarra was he was like cool, but then he was the most honest. So there were times where he wasn't so cool. It was like, oh, roger that. Okay, we know where we're at now. We know our place. So Anyway, Deputy Ibarra, thank you for everything that you've taught us, from your personal experiences and for putting up with us for 5 months and helping us get through those PowerPoints and answering all the questions that we had and ensuring also our success throughout this phase of our life and becoming law enforcement officers. So thank you, sir. Next, we have Sergeant Bayless. So this was Sergeant's first academy, but he was definitely strict, firm, and fair across the board. Extremely knowledgeable, gave us a lot of examples, personal, and just help explain confusing case law, confusing law in general. Really grilled in what reasonable suspicion was. But no matter what, was always there, PT'd with us, and kept us on our grind and our heads straight. So thank you, Sergeant. And last is Deputy Minus. Coaches? Oh, coaches back. Okay. 22 then. All right, so Deputy Minus is the wise old man. Old man in the sea is Deputy Minus. The guy with truly all the knowledge, all the experience with the academy, and the one that kind of just held the shepherd staff and carried us through. As we were his personal flock to help guide us, train us, get us oriented with our gear, our uniforms, our walking, talking, about faces, everything. Everybody used to say, Deputy Minus, he's babying us, man. He's always looking out for us. Nobody else would care. Give us water. When we got an OC spray, nobody would care. But I think that's what Deputy Minus sets him apart, is that even in these initial phases, you know, he embraced us as if we were part of the brotherhood, even though we had not yet earned our craft. So thank you for everything. You'll never be forgotten. Everybody here has probably been trained by you, so we appreciate you. So thank you, sir. And then now last is Coach. I didn't see you in the back. Come on up, please. Tap you up. Huh? So that's our coach, our PT coach, Coach Villalobos. He would come out every morning and put us through some calisthenics, CrossFit, whatever it was, and grind us and push us hard. But like I said, he always had words of encouragement as well. So it wasn't just about the physical aspect with him. He got us to think, he got us to dig into our guts and help drive that intestinal fortitude and build character as well. So thank you for all that you did for us on those early mornings as well, Coach. We appreciate it.
Amazing, thank you. We're just gonna have to go over the definition of a brief word. At this time, Sheriff Stewart and Chief Hogan, they're gonna be presenting their officers with their badges. And so as I call your family member's name, please rise so you can be escorted by one of our department field training officers. They're gonna escort you down to the family member after the sheriff hands the badge over. So please prepare the music, and we'll be reading these names alphabetically. So the first one we have is Brandon Bissett. Christopher Chandler. Joshua Duran. Elliot Fuentes. Anthony Maras. Carlos Mimbella. Francisco Mimbella. Jesse Munoz. James Provincio. Jonathan Salcedo. Mariano Tapia. I was waiting for someone to bring it. Thank you, ma'am. At this time, the newly pinned officers will receive their official oath from the sheriff. They signed them earlier today, and we had them notarized, and we will finish the process here with the sheriff. Sheriff?
With the laws accorded to me in the state of New Mexico, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been duly appointed. A law enforcement officer. Of the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Department. Do solemnly swear. I will support the Constitution. Of the United States of America. And the Constitution and laws. Of the state of New Mexico. I will faithfully and impartially. Discharge the duties. Of the office of Deputy Sheriff. In and for the county of Doña. In the state of New Mexico. Upon which I am about to enter.
about to enter.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
To the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you. Hello, I am Sheriff Kim Stewart. I want to welcome and thank you for attending the 26th graduating class of the Doña County Sheriff's Academy. As a point of reference, there are 11 satellite academies in the state, and without any preface, I'm going to tell you we are the best. So I'd like to thank Chief Hogan from the Deming Police Department for entrusting us with his trainees, his recruits. We hope they serve you and your city well, sir. Just a couple of closing remarks. When I went to the academy, I know it was shortly after Christopher Columbus landed in the United States, or the West Indies, wherever that was, I'm not sure. But there actually was an academy, and I did attend it, contrary to popular belief. And one of the things I was told was, the easiest days are behind you. The easiest days are behind you. And I have to tell you, at the time, I really resented being told that, because I'd had a hellish 5 months. But the reality is, the easiest days are behind you. The challenges that lay ahead of you, really, hopefully they will be imaginable. Some I don't think we can even imagine. Let me also point out something that few in the world are entrusted with. That is the power to detain and arrest. Few in the world are given that power legally. You have been given that power. Whether you put the handcuffs on once, 1,000 times, or 100,000 times, please remember, you have an awesome power. Use it wisely, use it fairly, use it equitably, and you will have served all of us and yourselves and your family well. Thank you all for coming today, and that will close our remarks.
On your feet. Final sound off, that's the 26. Sound off. Thank you, Billy.